What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about going viral on Instagram. Again, you guys really loved my last video talking about how to go viral on Instagram, and I wanted to give a kind of an update and refresher. It's been several months since I uploaded that video, and you guys seem to really like it and find it really helpful. So I wanted to make another one and just talk to you guys about like what has changed in the algorithm and how you can go viral now in 2025. I know a lot of you may be trying to move over to Instagram since unfortunately TikTok was banned and now it's back for 90 days, and now it's up in the air what's going on with TikTok. So a lot of people are trying to move over to Instagram or other platforms. So if you're one of those people, keep watching. I do want to keep this as straight to the point as possible. I know you guys want to just hear the information and get right to it, so that's what we're gonna do. I am going to tell you guys that in a year I have gained over 50,000 followers on Instagram, and it has been an amazing experience so far. I love making content and I love doing this, and I love sharing with you guys how to grow yourselves so that we can all just grow together. A lot of things are sort of the same from that first video. First off is consistency. I'm gonna say that's gotta be number one, is just consistently posting and posting within your niche. You don't want to venture off too much in the beginning and do a bunch of different niches, because the algorithm won't recognize what your content is all about or where to like put it on somebody else's feed. So you want to make sure you know what your niche is. It doesn't have to be super narrowed. It can be like beauty and lifestyle like mine, or it can be health and wellness, or it can be sports. Whatever your niche is, just make sure that you are uploading within your niche and you're doing it about 3 times a week, I would say. I still think 3 times a week at the minimum is the best amount of reels to be posting per week. This is reels that I'm talking about, by the way. Posts and stories, we'll get into that a little bit later. As far as growing your Instagram, it is all about reels. Nothing else matters besides reels and like maybe stories a little bit, but reels is where you want to be posting, and I recommend doing no less than 3 reels a week. But I will say that it's different for everyone. I see some people post 2 reels a day and they still do phenomenal. So I think you really just have to find what works for you and really just analyze your own content and your own personal profile and see what's working for you best. With that being said, I think consistency is the number one most important thing that you want to work on. Next is trending sounds. And I know a lot of people mentioned in my comments last time about how to find trending sounds and where to go to find trending sounds. So I am going to put a little direction up right here on how to find a trending sound. How I find a trending sound is I go through the Reels tab. I scroll through other people's content and I try to find what I like somebody else posted, or a sound I hear that kind of works with my type of content and what I can visualize in my head, and then I'll check the stats of that sound. So the same way in my last video that I talked about how to find if a sound is good or not, because there's regular sounds that aren't trending, and then there's trending sounds, and then there's really good trending sounds, which is like analyzing those sounds. I hope you're following me right now, because this is kind of important, and this is how I feel like I've blown up on Reels multiple times. This is not me like trying to brag that I've blown up. I'm just trying to show you like what I found that works. And really, I click on the trending sound. I look at the top 6 reels and see if they have a large number of views and a large number of engagement, and see in the comments when those comments were posted. If they were posted like 6 weeks ago, I'm not using that sound, because I know that it's an old video and it's a chance that the trending sound is no longer that good of a trending sound to be able to blow up. Like, you have to catch it early on in order for your video to like catch its viral moment or be pushed out in the algorithm. Try to find trending sounds that other people in your niche are using and use those sounds by following what I just told you with those analytics. And I feel like you will definitely have one of your videos blow up, because, or just even perform a lot better than your other videos, and you can keep utilizing that until you keep getting more views and more views and more views. Because I didn't just get 1 million views out of nowhere. I started off in just the hundreds, and then some of my videos started getting thousands of views, and then I started getting tens of thousands of views, and then out of nowhere it just popped off and it hit 3 million in the matter of like a week. That is when I first started trying to figure out, how did this one go viral comparing to my other videos? Like, what is it about this one that went viral? And that leads me into my next tip, is to analyze your own content. Don't delete the ones that do bad. If you want to archive them because you don't like them on your profile, showing that it didn't do too well, that's fine. But try to figure out like, why did that one not perform as well? Which one of my videos performed the best, and why did that one perform the best? What did I do in that video that it seems like people liked and engaged more in that video? So for me, I have several videos where I put text on the screen and there's one longer clip in front and then a bunch of short clips after. And usually the same thing does well for me. Obviously, I don't want to post the same thing over and over again, but I do find when I post those videos, they do the best. So definitely use your own content to figure out what's doing good and what's not, and what should I make more of. I know last time a lot of people were saying that they couldn't find trending sounds at all, like it didn't have the arrow pointing upwards. Make sure you are in a professional or creator account. You're gonna want to switch your profile to one of those. Another question I got a lot is, what time should I be posting? And personally, I don't think there's any specific time to be posting, as long as you're consistently posting at that time every time you upload a video. So what I like to do is I like to schedule my posts for 9 o'clock in the morning whenever I have a reel that I'm ready to post. I do 9 o'clock in the morning or 4 p.m. I find that works best for my profile because I consistently upload at those times. For days of the week, I just post whenever I feel like it. I don't really pay attention that much to what day of the week it is. I don't think it plays that big of a role in your video going viral or your performance of your videos. Make sure you are posting quality content. I feel like if your camera lens isn't clean and you don't have like the best lighting, I'm not saying you need to have fantastic lighting, but you should like be aware of angles and lighting and things like that. If you are going to make this something that you really want to focus on, I do think it's important to make sure you are filming quality content. I think it's more important to film quality content than it is to film quantity. Making sure you are satisfied with the quality of your video rather than just like putting something out just to hurry up and put something out. If you have to miss a day of posting, that is okay, because sometimes I find that when I only post 2 times a week, sometimes those 2 videos do better than when I post 4 times a week. And I don't know what it is, but I do sometimes rush into making a video, and I find that when I rush and I like panic about making a video because I haven't put anything out in a while, it doesn't even perform that well. Clean the lens of your camera, make sure it's not foggy and stuff. You want clear, crisp images. I don't know why I can't say that. I do think if you're going to be posting on Instagram other than Reels, to post carousels, I find like regular one post don't do as well as carousel posts, because carousel usually tends to pop back up at the top of your feed again on someone else's like feed because there's more pictures in it. So if you didn't really scroll through all the pictures, it'll pop up again at the top of your feed with one of the pictures you haven't seen. So people are more inclined to like it the second time they see it because it's coming up on their profile page again and they think that they haven't seen it already, Instagram kind of reminds you like, hey, you never liked this post and you didn't see all the pictures in the carousel. So it gives you another opportunity for people to see it and come across it and to like it. So I do think carousels perform better than posts. And I do think you should be posting on your story at least once a day, I would say. It's okay to skip. I skip all the time. I don't always post, but I do try to post every day on my story. Just sometimes I'm not in the mood to be on social media that day or something. I feel like this just keeps you active in the meantime of posting another reel. I recommend like doing something that's like more personal on your story, like behind the scenes of something, or like a product you like, or a little glimpse of like your life outside of making the content. These next 2 things are a little bit more about yourself and not really about the content. And it's really just to be confident in yourself and to not compare yourself to others. I think it's really hard to not compare yourself to other people's content and see other people have more following than you and have more views than you, and you're posting like similar things maybe, and yours is just not blowing up, and you might think, well, what's wrong with my content? I feel like it's just as good. It's okay. It's just not your time yet. Like, you just have to keep working and trust that it will come to you. I'm a big believer in like energy and stuff like that, and I feel like people can sense that you might not be confident in your content, and when you're not confident in your content, that just leads to you putting out that energy that like people aren't going to want to watch it. So why would they want to watch it if you feel that that way about yourself because you're not confident in your content. I know it's hard. You're on your own journey, and I know it's hard to not compare because I do it all the time too, but then I have to take a step back and be like, no, like they're different than I am. There's something else in store for me, and I love the content I create. I love the connections that I make with people in my comments and through social media, and I feel like everybody has their own storyline with it. So be confident, be patient, and stick to it. I promise you, you'll get to where you want to be. Just have a little faith. At the end of the day, it's not really about like the views and the following, although like everybody wants to see that on their profile, but it's really about making connections and engagement with your following. Everybody that comments on your reels or your posts, you should be interacting with. You should comment back or like the post. You should also be interacting with people within the same niche as you, because how I think, and this isn't like proven fact or anything, but I just feel like this makes so much sense to me, is if I interact with somebody within the same niche, I start to see more of their content even though I'm not even following them. And then I see other people's content that are within my niche too, the more that I like interact with them. Sometimes I've had people follow me that I haven't followed, I've just interacted with their content. I've seen them before on the Reels tab, and they followed me, and I think I commented on their video once before. I'm gonna follow them back. And when you engage with other people, especially within your niche, the algorithm pushes your content out more because they want you to be engaging. They want you to interact with people. It's the whole point of social media. So I feel like that just makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like you should be engaging and interacting with other people's content. As far as editing apps, I loved using CapCut, but unfortunately they banned CapCut, which I am so mad about because I used to make everything on CapCut. Every single reel on CapCut. And now I have to go back to Final Cut Pro, which I did use in the beginning, but I just found that I liked CapCut more. It was a little easier. It was more portable because I would just use it on my phone. And definitely find an editing platform that works best for you. CapCut is my go-to. That's all I really know for editing. I wish I knew more. But like you guys, I am still learning and I am still growing on Instagram. I think it's a learn as you go type of platform. Like the algorithm is always changing and this is what works best for me. So, you know, I figured I'd share with you guys and you guys can try it and see if it works for you too. And I really hope it does. And I really hope you get your viral videos that you want and you get your following. And I hope it's a success for you in 2025. And if you guys found this useful, please comment down below and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. I try my best to answer all questions and be as helpful as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.